Well, Stephen, you've had a couple of days now following the weekend to kind of process things and turn all attentions forward to Hearts. And how are you feeling?
Yeah, I think we very much have to turn our attention to Hearts now. We've had the Celtic games. They're a good experience for everybody. I've learned a lot about it as well. Saturday was probably a step too far for us. I should have made more changes to the team and I didn't. So I'll learn my lesson from that there. And I've always said collectively we lose together, we win together. So when you take the plaudits when you win, you most certainly have to take and have a wee look at yourself and have a look at everything. But the facts are Celtic are a very good football team. We didn't get close to them and allowed them to play. We put up a bit of a performance second half, but we've learnt from that there. And if you stand off good players, they'll punish you and they'll score goals. But we've come out of that there. We've our last three league games, which were Aberdeen, Celtic. We've got 4 points out of that there, and we're aiming to get right back on the winning ways on Saturday again.
And you don't ever really go into a week like that with those fixtures against Celtic hoping to learn anything new about a team like Celtic, but I guess you can because your team have taken a point at home and surely that gives you confidence going into a lot of games.
Yeah, we've taken a point and we're 2 minutes from taking 3 points. We took 3 points off Aberdeen away from home. So what we must remember is, and not get away from it, is we're in good form. We've lost one game in the league against Celtic, and we lost it convincingly in the end. But if we look at the goals, they all could have been prevented. So we'll learn from that as a staff, as a playing group, and we'll very much move forward with it. We'll get back to playing with the tempo, getting our balls back into the box again, buying that extra pass, which maybe the tired legs didn't allow on Saturday. But we'll take a lot of positives out of that there. We've got a good run of results we've had, and we need to make sure that's not the end of it and we keep going.
And it has been a busy week, so have the boys got a couple of days really just to kind of recuperate after all these fixtures?
Yeah, I think it was important to refresh our batteries. We seen at the end of the game the boys were dead on their feet, and that's to be expected. Celtic have a lot of the ball, so you're constantly chasing, you're constantly being organised, and it takes a lot out of you mentally and physically. So we've given them a couple of days off. They're refreshed, there's no excuses, they're ready to go, and we make sure we train hard, so we're ready to go. We'll have a 3-day lead into it, and we make sure we're prepared for Hearts.
Of course, it's still a busy schedule coming up. There isn't a midweek game, but there is going to be a lot of games in December, so looking forward. How are you feeling about things?
Yeah, I believe there's 6 games we've got coming up in December, so looking forward to it. With what we've achieved so far this season, I'm very much one that doesn't rest on your laurels, and you're always looking for ways to improve it. We're actively looking in the January transfer window now, that we're really prepared for anything that could happen and anybody that becomes available for us to sign and try and keep them moving the club forward.
Yeah, and how much of a challenge is that, Stephen, for a manager to kind of keep one part of your mind looking forward to transfer window and all that, but then again, like you always do, taking things one game at a time?
I think you have to sort of manage both. You can't. I think we learned our lesson as a football club that Marvin Johnson went at the last minute and we didn't have a replacement for him, and that's not easy to replace somebody of Marvin's quality. But we didn't quite have that. And myself and Martin Foyle, we've got replacements for people should anything happen. Depending on money and finances, obviously that dictates everything. But we've also got our eyes on other things that we'd like to strengthen the squad. And again, everything comes down to finances. But you have to be prepared for that. One door shuts, another one opens, and we'll be more than ready for that.
I got to see a lot of how you operated during the summer transfer window, and it very much seemed like preparation was key. Do you see now the rewards of having that preparation and building a squad that you've worked so hard to build?
Yeah, I think and what you have to be careful of is you do sit back and go, we've done okay, but I'm trying to instill a mentality in this football club that okay isn't enough. We want more. And that was my frustration on Saturday, was we turned up and everyone would have still patted us on the back and said, it was okay. I don't want that. I want more than that. And that's the same with when you're signing footballers. You have to make sure they fit into your system of play. They fit into your finances first and foremost, which probably reduces us down to about 10% of the market. But you do, and you have to be prepared for that there, and that's what we are. And we do our due diligence along with all the analysis, and I think we've got more right than we've got wrong.
Certainly. And just looking ahead to Saturday, feeling optimistic for it?
Of course, yeah. You look at our form in the league. We drew with Celtic, we beat Aberdeen, and we're getting into the game very positive. As I say, we've given the lads times to refresh their minds, refresh their legs, and we'll be ready for action on Saturday, and hoping for 3 points again.
Yeah, well, Stephen, we're all look forward to it, and thanks very much for sitting down with me.
Cheers, Lewis.
Bye.